What's up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. In today's video, we're going to take a look at how you can farm the 1000 voices in Season of the Haunted. If you're still looking to get your hands on this incredible exotic fusion rifle, then be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. We are fast approaching 140,000 subscribers here on the channel, so be sure to hit that red button and ring that bell to make sure you don't miss an update. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Now, upon the launch of Season of the Haunted, we've seen featured raids and dungeons added to the game. Last week we saw the Vault of Glass as the featured raid, and with that we saw the Vex Mytha class become farmable for some very lucky guardians. The only thing about the Vex Mytha class is its drop rate is incredibly low. Now this week sees the Last Wish raid become the featured raid, and with that in mind, the 1000 voices is now a farmable raid exotic. The 1000 voices is one of the best heavy weapons inside Destiny 2 and deals incredible amounts of solar damage. Now in our video today, we're going to show you how you can farm it, the quickest way to do it, and how to cheese Riven in Season 17. Now, unlike all the other raids in Destiny 2, this raid exotic doesn't drop by defeating the final boss. In fact, this particular exotic will drop from one of the many chests available by completing the final encounter. However, to open these chests, you'll need an ethereal key, and this is what drops by defeating Riven of 1000 voices. Now the great thing about the ethereal key is this is a legendary item. You can hold 5 of these in your inventory, and you can also hold an additional 5 in your postmaster, meaning if you have a full inventory, you can in fact open a maximum of 10 chests on a single guardian in a single Last Wish run. Now in order to kick off this farm, we first need to get to Riven of 1000 voices, the penultimate encounter in the Last Wish raid. But unlike all the other raids in Destiny 2, we have the wishing wall that allows us to skip to this encounter by entering a special sequence of symbols. Now if you're not too sure where the wishing wall is, be sure to follow the directions that I'm taking here on screen, and this will take you directly there. Now this is available at the very beginning of the Last Wish raid, and there are a variety of wishes that we can enter into this wall. Now when it comes to entering any of the symbols into the wishing wall, be sure to ensure that ricochet rounds or explosive payload aren't equipped on your weapons. These have a very high chance to affect the other symbols surrounding the plates on the wall, making it more difficult to enter the correct sequence. Now once you've gone past the Kali encounter and located the wishing wall, we are now ready to enter the sequence. You'll want to enter the sequence that you see here on screen, and once you've correctly entered it all, you can stand on the plate, and this will wipe the entire team and teleport us directly to a Riven of 1000 voices. Now the reason we want to defeat Riven is by defeating her, she'll grant us a guaranteed ethereal key, and because this is the featured raid this week, this particular key will drop from every time you defeat Riven. And as we said earlier in the video, you can hold 5 of these keys in your inventory, as well as an additional 5 in your postmaster. Now once we've arrived at Riven, we'll need to save this checkpoint on an alternative character. This will save us loads of time by meaning we don't have to re-enter the Wall of Wishes sequence each and every time. Now to do that, one member of their fire team will need to change characters. And once they join back, you can start the encounter and then immediately wipe to ensure that character has saved that checkpoint. Once they have the checkpoint saved on that character, they can switch back to their main character and then use their ult as a donor for their checkpoint each and every time. Now with the checkpoint in our back pocket, we now have the simple task of choosing Riven, which is a very easy thing to do in Season of the Haunted. Now in terms of team composition, I would highly recommend having at least 2 Warlocks available, both of which need to be running Well of Radiance. We'll be using this to plant a well directly on Riven's right hand. This will protect our fire team from taking any damage, as well as allowing them to deal extra damage too. Outside that though, you can pretty much run any class. You can even run Blade Barrage Hunters with the Star Eater scales for extra damage, a Thunder Crash Titan with the Crest of the Burning Star, but the most important part of the loadout regardless of your class is the Lament exotic sword. We had 5 members of our fire team running the Lament, with 1 member of the team running the Tractor Cannon for that extra debuff. When you pair that with the Well of Radiance, it makes a one phase an easy task. Now first things first, we need to identify exactly which room Riven is going to be located located in. When dropping down at the start of the encounter, you'll want to head towards the blue room and towards the main room where the combatants will start to spawn. What we're doing here is waiting to see if we see Riven's shadow pass the screen, and this will help us identify exactly which room she'll be located. If you see a shadow pass from right to left, this will identify that Riven will shortly spawn in this very room. If however after that ad spawn there is no shadow at all, then Riven will be in the other room on the other side of the encounter. Now to get back to that room, we're going to head back towards the initial section where we dropped down and to this far wall, which gives us a joining allies prompt. Now by joining allies, this will take us all the way back to the top of the tower at the start of this encounter and allow us to head to our right hand side, which is directly where the other room is based and where Riven will soon be located. Now once we've identified the correct room, we need to clear as many combatants as possible and head towards the left side of each of these rooms. This will mean we'll be right on Riven's right hand as soon as she appears in the arena, and once she comes out we need to drop that well, which helps protect our fire team from taking any damage from the taken essence on the floor. Now with that well in place, one member of our fire team will be using tractor cannon as well to help provide an additional debuff, with the 5 remaining members of the fire team all using the Lament exotic sword. Now to get the most damage out of Lament, you first want to charge it up by holding the block button and then do 5 quick attacks and 1 final heavy attack. Once you've expelled all your energy in the sword by doing that, you'll want to do continuous light attacks until your energy bar has replenished for the sword itself. Once you have your block ability back, you want to do that block once again, followed by 5 small attacks and that single heavy attack. It's a very quick and easy sequence to follow, and by putting all these steps in order, it will guarantee an easy one phase on Riven every single time. Now once we hit the damage gate, this will teleport us to an Ascendant realm, and we need to climb these tower ruins to get the Orb of Light at the very top. By collecting this will teleport us to Riven's final stand, which we need to complete in order to get our hands on our first ethereal key. Now this climb can be very tricky. There are Cabal Phalanx shields to contend with, but you can use these to your advantage to help shorten the time that it takes to get from the bottom all the way to the very top. Now only one member of your fire team needs to make it to the top, and this will teleport everyone to Riven's final stand. She'll appear for one final time, and like before, we want to head to her right hand and deal as much damage as we possibly can. I was personally using the Cartesian coordinate fusion rifle to ensure I wasn't caught under Riven's hand as part of the animation once you finally defeat her. This can in fact take you out, meaning that you have less guardians left when it comes to taking out the Taken Blight, which you have to defeat in order to complete the encounter. Now by taking that blight out, you'll get your hands on some legendary loot and also a guaranteed ethereal key. Now each run, including load times, was taking us no more than 5 minutes, meaning that it will take you no more than half an hour to get a full inventory of ethereal keys. So that's how we cheese Riven in Season 17 and how we can max our inventory of ethereal keys, but where do we use them and how do we get 1000 voices? Well, once your inventory is fully maxed out, you simply need to run Riven's Heart for one single time. By completing this final encounter, you'll end up in the chest room of the Last Wish raid, and you have over 20 chests to choose from. In fact, if all your fire team have full inventories of ethereal keys, you'll have more keys than chests that you'll need to open. Now we maxed out our inventory in 30 minutes last night, ran Riven's Heart, and out of everyone that handed in their ethereal keys, 1000 voices dropped from these chests alone. Using this method is by far the easiest way to get your hands on this incredible raid exotic, and the drop chance is much higher than other raid exotics that we've seen in previous weeks. So there we have it guys, a good look on how you can farm the 1000 voices raid exotic. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.